Hi everyone, good evening. Good evening, Facebook. I am 10 minutes early as I have said on my status. I will be on live at 9:30, but it's 9:22. So I thought I'd hop in and just, you know, say hi to everyone before I officially start my live about Brexit. It's all interesting. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year. I'm a bit late. I should have been on live, in January. I don't think I had been on live, properly on live, talking about immigration since probably last month. This is my first live of 2019. So I can see many are joining. I hope you're having a relaxing evening, and I'm going to go for about maybe 20 minutes to discuss about Brexit and what happens to the EEA citizens and their family members. I'm going also to discuss about the financial requirements. So immigration updates on. There's no update as such, but I wanted to reiterate again and discuss about the financial requirement and how important it is. Hello, I can't read your name because it's in Japanese. Yeah, I can't read that. So hello, good evening. I'm also going to be talking about the applications online. I'm also going to be talking about the divorce. Okay, so there's a lot of topics that I wanted to discuss. So first off, I wanted to talk to you about Brexit. I don't know if you've seen the news, but it seems that, but what Theresa May, the Prime Minister, she has a deal that she needed the Parliament to approve, and that has been House of Commons, not Parliament, but that has been rejected. So far there is no deal, but I don't know whether Brexit will actually go ahead, whether it's going to go ahead or whether it's going to be delayed. Sorry guys, can you just tell me if you can hear me? I'm not actually sure. Hello everyone. Dionibi, hi Dionibi, yeah. Hi Dionibi, how are you? Hello, good evening. Okay, I'm assuming that you can hear me. Okay, so there has been no deal, and so this can only mean that there's hard Brexit, meaning in March the UK will leave the European Union without any deal. So I don't even know how that would work. Or there's going to be a delay in the UK leaving the European Union, so it's not going to be March. It may be, I have no idea when. Or they may propose that there's going to be a referendum, second referendum, asking the people whether or not to really leave the United Kingdom. Now, we don't know, but what we're interested in is what will happen to the EA citizens in the UK and their family members. So assuming that because there is no deal now, that has been rejected by the House of Commons. So it means that as what the UK government has published in the UK government website, I don't know if you have seen, but it basically means that there's been no changes on what will happen to the EU citizens. You will still proceed with the settlement and the pre-settlement applications, meaning if the EA citizens have been in the UK for 5 years and have been working here, then they will get the settled status. And for those who have not had 5 years residence, then they can apply for pre-settled status, which will become settled status when they reach the 5 years residence. Okay. Now, yesterday I spoke to one of the potential clients who called me because she has obtained the settled status. As you know, some of the NHS workers and I think academics, university workers, they have done the pilot. So their employers have sent them a link to make the application for settled status for those European citizens. And she has made the application. She's obtained the settled status because she's been in the UK longer than 5 years. But her husband has not had the settled status, and she did not make the application at the same time. Her husband's visa expires in February, but as you know, the EU, her husband's visa finished in end of February, but when the settlement and the pre-settlement application portal will open, it will be in March, end of March. So there is kind of a gap, and it's kind of problematic for her husband, because the employer will want to know, because apparently they've already written to him asking him for proof that he's going to have the visa after the expiry of his passport. So he is in a kind of dilemma. Does he apply for permanent residence, because he's already got the he's already qualified to apply for permanent residency, which would mean completing a very long application form and supplying the Home Office with the 5 years worth of bank statements and payslips and all the other proof that he's been working and living in the UK for 5 years, and paying the £65 fee and paying the lawyer's fees as well. Does he mean he can do that, or does he mean he can wait until the 15th of not 15th, but end of March, when he can actually apply for settled status under the new procedure for EEA citizens and their family members? So I had to explain to the client, it really is up to the employer, because if the employer knows the law, then they didn't really need proof that they didn't need this person to provide proof that he's working, because he's clearly a family member of an EEA citizen. There isn't any, they're not really subject to this, immigration restrictions on people, providing proof of work, or providing a right to work. So I had to explain, either you pay me so much money for applying for permanent residence, or you just wait until the end of March when the portal opens. Okay, so you have to decide it. But for the purpose of this discussion, it's up to you to either wait, because apparently it's very simple. It's a very simple procedure. You enter your name and your address. You enter your UK national insurance number, and there's an app that you can then scan your passport, and then there's also an app where you can take a picture of yourself, and then you send it off, and that's all you need to complete for the Home Office to check, because they're going to check your record using your national insurance number, whether you've been working in the UK, paying the right tax if you're self-employed. Okay, but I'm not sure whether if you're self-sufficient, or if you're a student, whether you can prove that that's what you have a right to. You have a right to stay in the UK under the EEA regulations. But if you're working and if you're self-employed, they can track whether or not you've done that for the last 5 years using the only national insurance number. So it's a very straightforward application, and it seems that you have to do it online, and it's very so it's very quick. You may not need a lawyer to make this application. So, okay. So the conclusion for that is that Brexit, there's no deal, but we don't know what's going to happen next. Either it's going to be hard Brexit, meaning in March, the UK leaves Europe without any agreement. And I can't tell you anymore what will happen after that, because to me that sounds really scary. The second one is either it postpones, it's not going to leave in March, but it may be, we don't know, right? So, or the third one, there will be a referendum, which is, there should be a referendum in my opinion, but that's my political opinion. I don't want to discuss it. Okay, so that's Brexit. Okay, any questions, feel free to leave a message on the comment box. The other